Hello everyone and welcome to Sahyog program. You are watching PM eVidya channel. I am with you Dharmendra Singh. Today's topic is very important because we are going to talk about YouTube. This is not for entertainment, actually this is for how you can got some learning outcomes through YouTube channels. Let me introduce the topic. This is the new normal, YouTube as a classroom. So how you can utilize the services of YouTube as per the classroom prospect. That's how we are going to discuss about today. We have got a couple of guests as well related to this. If you have any query, you can get back to us on our telephone number. Quickly, you can see on your television screen 8800440559. You can mail us as well if you have any query on our official mail ID of Sahyog, which is sahyog.ncert@cit.nic.in. To watch this program live 6 to 12 channels are available of PM eVidya channel, so you can tune in. On top of that, you can also watch this program live on NCERT official YouTube channel. So quickly, let me introduce the guest of today's session. First of all, I would like to welcome Dr. Rashmi Rekha Sethi. She is joining us through virtually, Associate Professor. I welcome you, Dr. Sethi.
Thank you, sir.
On the other hand,
to all the viewers.
Right, Associate Professor in Education. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us with us. And along with you, I've got Mr. Atma Prakash Nayak, who is a practicing counselor. Mr. Nayak, I welcome you.
Namaskar, sir. It is my pleasure to be a part of this program.
All right. So without wasting any more time, let me quickly go through with the session and let me ask you, Dr. Sethi, we all know that YouTube is the platform where we can get all the information, all the query. Like if you would like to spend some time, you can go for sports, you can go for culture, for entertainment, movies. Everything is there available, and most of the adolescents, it's 70% adolescents spending their time to get the utilization from the YouTube channel. But as a teacher, how can you justify that the adopting YouTube as a new classroom is the best option available?
Okay, thank you, sir, for your relevant questions. Actually, everybody knows that YouTube is a video sharing site. It was launched on 14th February in the year 2005 by Stevie Chen, Chad Harley and Javed Karim. As the 21st century unfolds, we see a shift from the campus-based model of education to an open anywhere and anytime model. So at the same time, when coping with pandemic like COVID is the new normal, so strengthening our virtual classroom approaches side by side, enriching a video library are the needs of the hour. In this context, YouTube is it is because YouTube is simultaneously a research tool, a presentation tool, and an educational tool. So this is why more than 1 billion people are visiting the site per day, and more than 7,000 video uploads daily. So it provides educators with a rich visual resource to engage the next generation students. This vast wealth of human knowledge, which is growing every day, can be harnessed with a committed and systematic approach of teachers. We can easily make an alternative to classroom because of some reasons. Some of the reasons, like YouTube is already popular among the students and needs no second introduction, and it is user friendly, it is a low cost and a no cost platform, and it is accessible 24/7, and its elegant features are second to none. So it is easily accessible in portable devices such as mobile and tablet, and it is available in inaccessible area like rural area, tribal area, and remote area. And student can get video lecture from expert teachers around the world. So YouTube videos are available in different languages, specifically in regional languages. It's available. So this is how I can justify YouTube as a new classroom, and it is the best option available for educational purpose, and it can change the academic life of the students if it will be used properly.
Right. Thank you so much. While giving this much of information about particular YouTube as a classroom, actually, student has to spend their time to utilize best of for the education concern, I would say, not rather than watching movies and entertainment and so on as they've been keep doing. But this is the time to utilize your time in the best way while doing some activities while using YouTube as a classroom. Thank you so much, Dr. Sethi. I will come back to you if time will permit me. Now we need to understand few more things to understand this thing particular. I will putting in front of you that what changes and approaches should be adopted when we think of making YouTube as a full-fledged classroom. Dr. Nayak. Mr. Nayak, can you hear me? Can we understand this thing from you?
Yes, sir. Yes. And it is definitely a very pertinent question. And I would like to say that when situations are different, our approaches should also be different. Because the art of life is constant readjustment with our surroundings. With this note, I will say adaptability. This is the primary preferred approach to face these changed situations of new normal. You cannot learn swimming by standing at the edge of a pool and staring other people swim. The best option is to jump into the water and try your hands. The same analogy must be applied when we talk of YouTube as a new classroom. The teachers have to jump into the pool of YouTube to claim YouTube as their classroom, because this new normal, this change situation has created such type of situations that the teacher need to go to the students by some technological mediums, and they should impart their teaching to the students, even though everything is under lockdown. The teaching fraternity has to start now, whether they are ready or not. Yes, this is also an approach. Whether they are ready or not, that is immaterial. The teaching fraternity has to embrace new changes and accommodate themselves to the changing situation to bring desired changes. And this is the call of the day. Another approach which is highly essential is the integration of local teaching talents to the global platform like YouTube within a sound framework, within a structured framework, keeping our target students in mind. This is the call of the hour, and this should be the approach. As per my knowledge is concerned, it is my opinion and fervent opinion. Another thing I would like to highlight that the greater is the number of effective teachers within the YouTube community, the better will be the performance of the platform. Many teachers, they are not coming to this platform. They are satisfied with their classroom performance, but no, the situations have changed. More and more teachers, greater number of teachers should be roped in to this platform. In my opinion, teacher is the local solution to the educational needs of students. But YouTube is a global platform for knowledge sharing and knowledge integration. Hence, the local partner and the global partner, they should meet. And it will give the splendid outcome which we imagine, which we dream of. The teacher is always the best method. You will agree on this point. And it is also my own experience, the teacher is always the best method. So we can envisage that when the local teacher explores the educational possibilities of a global platform like YouTube within a pragmatic framework for his or her students, the foundations for 21st century education will be strengthened. We have to move from physical to virtual. It is sure, it is for sure, it has to be taken for granted. It is well accepted that every dark cloud has a silver lining. Similarly, it is also well accepted that every pandemic hit classroom that is defunct now, which is not open now, can be made functional with the use of technology like YouTube and can have unlimited virtual reach. This paradigm shift of physical to virtual is also an approach and which must be implemented without any innovations. It is another thing, as a teaching professional, I have closely studied the educational values of YouTube because I am also a YouTuber and other online video platforms, and I can guarantee that the students, that any person now with high-speed internet access can have access to quality and authentic education through online videos if he or she is adequately motivated and works hard. When we come to YouTube, we are introduced to three things: audio, visual, and social media. Audio and visual, we all understand it. But this social media factor makes it different. When we talk of 21st century education, then collaboration and communication, these things are essential. And YouTube incorporates all these things. That's why I say that our approach should be like that. We must integrate all these things so that the creativity, collaboration, and communication, this type of things, what we expect from the students, that can take place. Another thing, last point I would like to say, that everything should be made very flexible for the students. The students can comment, they can share, they can download, they can dislike, they can host live sessions. So all these flag buttons, so all these things, when it is incorporated at one place, the teaching, learning process becomes very interactive. And that is the charm what we teachers should adopt. So this is my take on this point. And another thing, if time permits, then I will venture to speak that point, that students can...
Definitely, sir. I'll come back to you if time will permit. We have got only we got few minutes. We already have to discuss few more things. But let me focus to Dr. Sethi. Dr. Sethi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now it's time to talk about some major challenges what we are facing actually, what or else we haven't targeted yet, but actually we need to target this. So if you have any recommendations for that or any suggestion if you would like to give, so let's target some challenges. So what are the major challenges before teachers or students when they adopt YouTube as a source of learning? Is it a source of learning? First question is this from my end. Is it a source of learning? Can we say yes in this way?
Yes, yes, sir, definitely. So there are various sources of learning. Out of that, YouTube is the best YouTube is the best source of learning. So it is one of the best sources of learning. And there is a saying. There is a wise saying that all that glitters is not gold. And this saying is very much applicable to YouTube videos. It is because a lot of amateur people also pour the content into the YouTube, which are neither authentic nor qualitative. Watching such type of videos is wastage of time, number one. And this is why the teachers and parents guidance is very much essential here. They have to curate the qualitative and authentic content for the children. The first step to use YouTube as our new classroom necessitates finding the right videos, correct? So YouTube is framed with a very objective to keep the viewer hooked to the platform, and in doing so, YouTube may show contents to the students which may be of interest for the students but may not have adequate educational value. So this is why a teacher's involvement is of immense value when students are exposed to the web world. So in spite of having all such weaknesses, YouTube community is still the best place for learners and educators both. So this happens because many experts, many professors, many teachers and skilled people, and many prestigious institutions like NCERT, KBs, NVS, NIOS, UGC, and state boards also make videos in this platform for the students in their respective place. As a result, quality contents from the experts and professionals are plentifully available in this platform, which undoubtedly develop the understanding and widen the horizon of knowledge of the students, and changes life and enhances the skill. So presently, our students face a terrible condition of information overload, misinformation, and distractions. Information is so plentifully available that students easily get distracted, correct, in this maze of information. In such a context, the teacher's role becomes more responsible. Now the role of the teacher is not confined to give the information only, but to validate the information that is available on YouTube. So in other words, how to collect the useful and authentic information is a skill which the 21st century teacher has to teach the students. When we talk of YouTube as our new classroom, the skill to examine and validate information becomes a prerequisite, and it needs to be inculcated among the students. So this is the answer for this, for your
Right.
question.
So definitely plenty of educational content available on YouTube. So absolutely you can use this for the best way if you are searching and learning outcomes as per the YouTube as a classroom. Let's move further now. We have only 4 minutes left now. So very quickly, Mr. Prakash, you need to answer for this, as we are living in a 21st century. So as can this YouTube classroom serve, serve this educational query, 100% educational needs as per the adolescents are looking for, everyone who are looking for, whosoever are the students are seeking for the knowledge. So is it fulfill? Is it complete that fulfillness?
Yes, sir. Definitely, YouTube will cater to the needs. YouTube is designed to address 21st century educational needs by adapting a 3-stage process. Madam was very right when she pointed out finding the right videos is a problem. As more and more number of professionals are not powering their expert contents, so sometimes finding the right video is a issue with YouTube. I also agree with that, because adapting a 3-stage process, we can transform YouTube into a potent tool to cater to the needs of 21st century educational needs. But all the 3 stages require active involvement of the teachers as well as students. The stages are finding the right videos, which ma'am was rightly pointing. That's why I will not elaborate this point any further. And the second one is learning side-by-side researching and creating own content and creating new knowledge. Most of the time what happens, we copy knowledge, but we do not create knowledge. And this creation of knowledge refers to the creativity part, and this is the critical thinking part, which every student must inculcate, must develop. So learning, researching, and creating own content should be the second stage, and the third stage is showcasing your own content and finding collaboration. So if we are imparting teaching through YouTube and following these 3 stages with active involvement of teachers and students and all other stakeholders, then definitely a very positive outcome will come. When I say learning, researching, and creating own content, I would like to hint that this stresses the need to transform the student from a consumer to a creator.
Mr.
Now-
Naik, we have only 2 minutes left now, so you need to conclude it very quickly.
Okay, sir. So the first thing is that we must become transform ourselves from consumer to a creator. The students, they will first consume information, then they will create the things. And when they are creating, the creativity aspect, it is blossoming. And they create new knowledge. That is what we have to adopt. Another thing is that when we are showcasing the students' work and the research work on YouTube like platform, it is a global platform. And this will have wider collaborative approach. Many people will come across that and a collaboration will develop. And this collaboration is a 20th century skill which has to be honed. And when collaborative approach, this is developed, our knowledge base grows, our innovations grow, and these things will definitely bring fulfillment to the 21st century educational needs. Thank you, sir. This is my take, this is my view on the YouTube's performance to cater to the needs of 21st century educational needs.
Right. So, would you like to add something into this, Dr. Sethi, very quickly?
Yes, sir. So, I can give the conclusive remarks here. However, YouTube cannot replace the face-to-face class. But at this point of time, you utilized as alternate means of teaching learning process. The official YouTube channel of different academic institutions may be used for educational purpose, as it provides the authentic content on different subject areas. Particularly, students should not misuse it. So they should use it with the proper selection under the guidance of teachers, and they can involve to the parents too. So thank you very much. This is my take
Right.
from
Absolutely phenomenal and incredible session that was. If you missed this, nothing to worry, because the link is available on NCERT official YouTube. You can watch this once again. So I hope you definitely like this session, and the way you enlightened us. I'm talking about my experts. So thank you so much for your immense knowledge and intellect. The way you enlightened us, that is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much, Dr. Sethi, for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, of course, the
Namaskar to all
practicing
of us once
counselor,
again.
Atma Prakash Naik. Thank you, Naik sir. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
very
time.
much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
And thank you so much, viewers whosoever were watching this program around this globe. Tomorrow we would have another session under this Sahyog program. Keep watching PM eVidya channel and take a very good care of yourself. Thank you.